Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I am going to be doing basically a full face. Obviously my eyes are already done because I didn't get eye products with AVON makeup. Now this is not sponsored, but this stuff was sent to me and I've been getting requests to try AVON forever, and honestly it's not a brand that I ever really thought of trying. So today I have a bunch of products. We're going to do complexion, we're going to do bronzer, and we're going to do blush, and we're going to do the works. So if that's something you're into, make sure to keep on watching, and please don't forget to subscribe because I upload every other day. And that'll be the best way to stay up to date on all the fun stuff I'm posting. So if you want to try some AVON goodies with me today, stay tuned. Alright, so first things first, we're going to prime. This is the Physiogel Hypoallergenic Daily Moisture Therapy Facial Lotion. That is a mouthful. Use daily for lotion for normal, dry, sensitive skin. My skin is normal combo, leaning oily, so this might be a little too hydrating for me. But that being said, I like something that's a little more hydrating if I'm using it as like a primer. So I'm going to do that and use this basically as a primer. So I'm going to take a small amount, since I don't need much, and apply this all over the face. Please bear with me. You guys know I recently actually embraced my curls, so this is one of those times where I'm still trying to figure out how I'm styling it and what I'm doing with it. So like the whole do I put makeup on my forehead thing is like a whole new mess. So thank you for struggling through that with me. All right, next item. This is also from AVON. This is the Longwear Foundation Cashmere Complexion. So I am in the shade Shortcake. Hopefully this matches. It is a doe foot wand applicator, which I actually really like this kind of applicator. You guys, if you've been here for a while, will remember the Makeup Revolution. I love that foundation. So I'm just gonna, yeah, that looks like it's gonna be a good match. So I'm gonna take a bit of that on the cheeks and around the nose, and then I'm not taking any more product. I'm just using that same doe foot to kind of move it around. You guys know when it comes to applying foundation, my favorite technique is to apply it and move it around with a brush or applicator or something like this, then go in with my sponge and blend it out. So the shade is a little light for me, but that's okay. We will make it work. Actually, I take that back. As it dries down and I blend it in, I think that might be a perfect match. No demarcation, no lines, no issues, no nothing. Right off the bat, I definitely understand why it's called the Cashmere Foundation. My skin looks velvet, nice and smooth. It's not a full-on matte finish, but it's definitely not radiant or dewy. So it looks like skin. I'm going to take a tiny bit more. Just right here. I will be concealing my nose as well, but might as well lay the base as it should be done. That looks good. Next, jumping into the Cashmere Complexion Longwear Concealer. This is also a cute little doe foot. I'm not going to go in with a lot of this because the coverage on the foundation was actually pretty, I want to say medium buildable to full coverage. So I'm not going to put on way too much. And we're going to go in light with the concealer, just to brighten everywhere else. It's brightening very beautifully. I will say that this doesn't say that it's self-setting, but I'm not really seeing that I'm going to need to go in with a lot of powder. You guys know me, I will always go in with powder, but it's nice when I don't feel like I need to. Definitely more of a lightweight coverage there. It's not light coverage, it's probably a light medium, but it doesn't look overpowering. I'm going to grab a fluffy brush and just a little bit of my Charlotte Tilbury finishing powder because I don't have a powder today. And I'm just going to lightly set down the whole face. All right, now that that is done, that one curl just doesn't want to be in place. Now that that is done, we're going to jump right into bronzer. This is the AVON Colors of Love Sun-Kissed Cushion Bronzer in the shade Evening Sunflower. Now, I'm not going to use this little silicone-y spongy applicator that came with it because I notoriously hate those. I'm going to just use my sponge. Right off the bat, this does look a little dark for me, but we're going to try it out anyway. So I'm going to take bronzer on my sponge. I'm going to pray this isn't way too dark. And I'm just mirror, thank you. I'm going to take this around the perimeters. Now right away, it does look a little dark, but in the places that I blended it out already, it does really sheer out nicely. So I don't mind this being a dark color if I can blend it in and make it look like it matches. Because again, this is a bronzer. It's meant to deepen and warm up the perimeters of the face. And going from this side to this side, I do think it looks nice. I am going to go in with a much lighter hand on the other side though. But that's pretty. Normally, I don't like these. I'm going to take this back. I don't like cream bronzers most of the time, but this feels more like a liquid, and cushions notoriously sheer out beautifully and look super gorgeous on the skin. Using whatever's left on my brush, or on my sponge rather, I'm going to lightly hit up the sides of the nose to give it a little bit of a contour just to slim it down a little. But I think that looks pretty. What do you guys think? I was prepared to really not like this, but it looks good. Now, unlike the foundation, this does have more of a radiant finish, so I do feel nice and glowy on the skin, but I will be probably taking a very light layer of powder over the whole thing when I'm done as well. All right, next up is the Colors of Love Kiss Me Cushion Blush in the shade Midnight Lily. This is definitely a darker color than I would normally go in with. But you guys know lately I've been really liking the Natasha Denona blush in the Bloom palette, and honestly, this is a little more red, this is a little more magenta, but they're both pretty dark. So I'm going to try it, and hopefully it sheers out like the blush does. I'm going to use that side of my sponge, take a small amount. Oh, that is definitely not a small amount. Okay, let's blend that down into the cheek. Okay, I'm probably going to have to take some sort of powder onto my under eye, because blending that up went a little higher than it probably should have. But I'm not mad at the color. Or you know what? I take that back. I mean, I don't take back that I'm not mad at the color. I take back what I'm going to do. Now that that's there, because I went in with such a small amount of concealer, I'm going to take a tiny bit more and really just blend this over the highest point of the face, where I'm going to end up highlighting later anyway. I'm going to use the side of the sponge that has no blush on it, just to really brighten and clean up that area. Yeah, that really helped quite a bit. That looks much better. All right, before we jump into lip, I'm going to take a tiny bit more powder and just lock everything in place. Again, I am more combo oily. On some days, you could call it normal, but my skin definitely needs to be set down. But all in all, that melted really nicely into the skin. All right, jumping into lip, again from Avon. This is the Soft Matte Lip in the shade Resolute, which I think it's pretty. It's a little mauve-y and definitely a nice nudie tone. Let's see. Okay, it's a little more purpley than I thought it would be, but let's try it out. And that is the finished look. Now, I'm going to be honest, I was ready to shit all over this, and I think it looks really pretty. I think the skin looks very healthy, very dewy. I did not add any highlight to the skin. I will add a tiny bit right now with you on camera, just to show how much you don't need it. But the skin is soft and glowing. I'm just going to take a little of the highlight in my Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze Glow Kit and just add a little bit of this over the cheek. And that definitely adds a little more glow, and in my opinion brings the cheeks to life a little more. But that was optional. Like, I don't think I needed that for everything to look beautiful. So let me know what you guys think down below, because I kind of like it. And for so many years, I was so anti-Avon just because of all the stigma behind it. But I think it turned out beautiful. So let me know what you guys think, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.